Hi, Rich. So you asked about the chase in tango. Time to start to tackle that. And what I asked you to practice this week is your figure from bronze, the open promenade. And we've talked about the open promenade many times about how important it is to try to achieve the CBM as you take step number 4. So that is one of the things that I find that most students don't really get that concept until they're much further along in their dancing. So you may learn the figure in bronze, but a lot of times we're stepping forward straight. There's no CBM or preparation through the standing leg until we get into the more advanced levels. And now we're faced with the chase. This is the root of the chase. It's basically the same figure, but it has much more speed, more rotation, and takes us into a type of a pivot, you could say, from outside partner. So when you dance the open promenade and carry on through, you can come out with a rock and move backward. You could simply check and come out backwards. Or you could step outside partner and carry on through with a curving walk, which gives you that nice weaving, curving sensation in tango. But in the chase, it's always going to take us into a strong rotation to move backwards and to the right. Normally we'll dance a chasse there, at least in the syllabus. Sometimes we'll see in the advanced level that you may dance a chase into a pivot, or a double chase even into a pivot. But we need to get the root of that, which is the open promenade, and we need to be aware of how to produce that quick turn to the right. So it's a good idea to go back to the bronze, practice the figure, say, okay, this is basically what the chase is, but we're going to decorate it with a head flick and a very fast rotation. Now, the way it's written in the chart is a little more, let's say, less dramatic than the way we normally dance it today and in competition. So I'll just go through the basic footwork and the count, and then I will talk a little bit about this sort of double action or this shrug. Right, we have action in the tango we call a shrug, where the shoulders are rotating, whether it's a shrug of the lady on a drag or a quick changing action. That's what we mean by a shrug. It's not this type of a thing. So what we're going to do is step into the camera here. As I'm going into my open promenade, now that would normally be quick, slow. In the chase, we'll have the one slow moving into it, and from there on it will be quick. I'm going to follow it with the chasse to the right and the progressive link, which is what I told you to practice this week. And then I'll show alternative endings. Now, I can't really dance this whole thing unless I keep it really, really small, but the primary concern we have is the preparation, the outside partner, and the step into the chasse. So I'll do it this way for timing. So I'm going to take a small step here because of my limited space. Slow, quick. Now the way it's written in the technique is to take this now to the wall, quick, and to then take this step quickly outside partner with a strong right turn, quick, then stepping back with lady outside partner, and carrying on into the chasse. So doing that again, slow, quick, 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 cha, 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 then I'll dance the progressive link, quick, quick. Now what we do most of the time today to stylize this and make it more dramatic is, instead of turning to the right on step 3 and continuing to the right, we'll take a fairly neutral position of the third step, but we'll put a little shrug on it, which is where I'm closing the lady to me. So I've closed the girl here, but I've continued to feel as if I'm either neutral or even slightly to the left. And then we put the strong shrug action to go to the right. One of the unique things about the chase is we often say this is the lady's step, or that the lady leads it. Now, of course, she doesn't necessarily lead it. It's like everything else, the man gives her the indication, but she has a part to play in it, and that is on that fourth step, where the man steps outside partner with that strong turn and that very quick shoulder action, is she needs to be very much a participant in that. So if I have a girl who doesn't help me, it's going to be hard to do, and the man can often feel it in their back because they're attempting to make a strong turn and the woman is not helping them. It's very important that in my mind, I don't think of turning her. I'm indicating the turn from here to here. I'm indicating the turn, but I'm indicating it to her so that I hope she will turn her own body and turn her shoulder line so that I can step outside easily and that we're not pinned together too tightly. This is a problem in all outside partner steps, where if you can hold the girl too tight and you turn the partnership instead of allowing space for her to turn her own body there. So I will talk about this a little bit because this is the way you'll see it normally in competition. You'll see a little bit of a left turn before the extreme right turn, and it's very quick. So again, the closed promenade would be slow, quick, quick, slow. You can see there that little bit of left and right turn. On the chase, it's slow, quick, 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 and on into the chasse. The chasse now is like the tipple, except of course there's no rise. It's in tango. It's quick, quick, and quick. And then we have to make sure that we're not overturning to the right, because if we want to dance a progressive link, the progressive link needs to be taken forward in CBMP. So what is the problem here? It's very easy to get flighty, to get overturned, and to continue turning into the progressive link. So my lady now is outside partner here. So I'm leading her outside partner, letting her precede me, cha, 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 quick and quick. Now you need to check your turn. I usually think of bracing my right side here and keeping this dynamic pull in the left arm. Stepping into CBMP and dancing the progressive link. So we'll talk a little bit about the lady's action here before we do the alternative endings. Now typically the lady, once she's closed, she will close her head normally on step 3, a closed or open promenade, and then continue on into the backward step. The way we often like to stylize this for the lady is to keep the head open on step 3 so that her body turns under her head. Slow, quick, quick. And then she'll turn her head strongly to the left as she creates the shrug or flicking action, using a slight drop in the right leg and a flick of her upper body around the man. Now she needs to step around his thigh quick. So from there she'll continue into the chasse, cha, cha, cha. Again, checking the action into the progressive link. So this is something, of course, the lady has to be trained to do. So she reacts to the man's lead, but keeps her head strongly in the opposite position to give more impact to the turn. You can't necessarily lead that head action as the man, but it's good if I'm aware of it. If I turn the lady more strongly, she may close her head. That's okay too, but it's more dramatic if the rotation of her head is late. Now let's look at a couple other alternatives in the syllabus. So in the chasse, we could also end it with a whisk. We could dance back and into the chasse and continue on into a fall away whisk and come out with a promenade tap. So I'll give a timing for that. Quick, quick, and quick. Slow, and slow. Or slow, quick, quick. However way you would like to count it. If I do the lady's part on that, the lady is stepping around the man. Quick, quick, and then continuing on slow, and then dancing the promenade tap. Now if we dance a promenade tap, we are still in promenade, and we'll dance another promenade figure after that. Instead, I could do the same thing and use the promenade link. So from the fall away whisk, the promenade link, I would close my girl in front of me, and now we move on into closed position. So if she's in the whisk, if I lead the promenade link, she closes and then continues back into CVOP. We can also use different timings. So we could dance quick, quick, and quick, 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 slow. Dancing the promenade tap on the slow instead of the whisk on the slow. Another option, now you can check all of these options in your technique book. I'm sure they're all listed there. Would be to dance quick, quick, and quick, slow. Then I'm going to close my right foot and slow. I did the ladies part to that. Quick, quick, and quick, slow, and slow. You can see there the lady is open in promenade, in the whisk, and she remains in promenade. So you have multiple options. Now the one I had you practicing for this week is the chasse to the pressed blade. That is actually the most difficult one because you're taking a right turn, checking it, and having to go into the link. The whisk is a very natural ending because you're continuing to turn to the right. But I thought that I will demonstrate all of those, and then we'll come back next week. We can try those alternative endings. So just be careful in the chasse. You don't want to get rise and fall. You don't want to get too much turn. And you're going to notice how close the legs are. As we dance from step 3 to step 4, you need to create space here, stepping outside the lady, and right here not opening the legs up because we're dancing a type of rotation here with the lady outside and then stepping into the chasse. So you definitely don't want the thighs to open up. Now I'm sure as we get deeper into this, we'll find other things we want to talk about. I find a lot of the issues that people have with the chase is something that has to be worked out in partnership. Because typically what happens is the man doesn't create enough room to the outside of the lady. He holds her too tight. He turns her spine instead of allowing her to turn in the basket. Or he gets too much of the body involved, cranking too far, pulling with the arms. So we need to keep it compact, but we need to have space in the arm for the girl. A lot of slipping going on from the promenade to the outside, to the outside, to the outside, back to the inside. So those things we can't really talk about too much without doing it together as a partnership. I will also look online and find some links for you of couples dancing the chase. The chase is used a lot to move into corners and dance, let's say pivots, double chase into the corner, a right turning entry. And so, like the pickup lock that we talked about last week, you see this all the time, but you may not realize what you're seeing because they're into the right turning figure so quickly. And if you're not aware of this linking figure, you won't know what they've done. So now that you know what it is, and I'll show you some video, you'll be able to recognize it when you're watching. So it's actually a very exciting figure and will teach you a lot about controlling your tango.